What's going on, people? Welcome to DR Sports. Welcome to the weekend preview where we take you through the up-and-coming Premier League games and sometimes go through a little bit of what's been happening in the week, because I'm sure everyone's got smiles.
Not me.
Yeah.
No, we'll get to you.
Everyone's got smiles on me. Some people didn't play in the week. Some people did. Some people went to games that were nothing to do with them.
No,
and,
but some people also lost this
and
week,
some people also lost back-to-backs.
Some people wished they didn't play.
Some people won back-to-backs. So, yes, we are joined by Matisse, Abbi, Curtis and man like Doyle as well to go through the weekend's games coming up. But just before we carry on, I have to let you know that this video is brought to you by Fairplay. Fairplay is an app that allows you to place real money bets against your teammates without the need for cash. There is no commission, so you take 100% of the winnings and it's free to download. So if you both bet a tenner, the winner keeps 20 quid. It's that simple. The app is designed to get you the bragging rights against your mates. You can bet on whatever you choose, which team will win a game, how you'll win, how they'll do, how you do in a golf match, how many pints you're gonna down, literally anything. How many L's more Man United are going to take? Yeah, will Tottenham win a trophy under and has he really changed anything?
When will Ten Hag get sacked?
You know, will Chelsea keep winning or is it just a dud? You know, you know what I mean?
We're going to find out.
All these types of things. But on DR Sports on Monday, Abbi bet, obviously because she hates Arsenal, Abbi bet that Man City will win against Arsenal. But you can go against Abbi. And of course you're going to want to go against Abbi because I feel like this channel is heavily Arsenal dominated anyway. But you can go against Abbi's bet, okay? And today's bet for £5, and that is for Arsenal to win or draw against Manchester City, Curtis. To win or draw, okay? That's a Robbie special.
Yeah, on the face.
It's a Robbie special. What do you think is going to happen, mate?
We might win, we might draw. A little deflection.
But with today's £5 bet, you can literally do that for Arsenal to win or draw against Man City. So download the app, use the promo code AFC when signing up to be entered into it. And you'll also be automatically entered into a draw to win a signed Lionel Messi Qatar 2022 World Cup shirt. From the GOAT himself.
That's serious, that.
It might have sweat on it.
Hopefully it does. Hopefully it does.
You'd want it to.
Yeah,
You'd want it to not be touched.
But
100%. Exactly. So you've got a chance to win that Messi shirt, and you've got deposit £5 in their account, and DR Sports will send them the bet. Users need to be, and this is very important, users need to be 18 plus and gamble aware. The link is in the video description below. So we'll talk a little bit about more fair play later on in the show. But yeah, there you go. You can get involved with that. So much to talk about. Actually, before we get into the weekend preview of games and stuff, I want to talk about Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah. Obviously, I knew that was going to happen.
Because I just feel like, obviously it's been a massive talking point. Everyone's had their chance to say once the audio didn't get leaked, it actually was released. You know what I mean? And then there was another talking point from that. Jurgen Klopp wants the game played again.
Listen. Have you actually looked at the interview? Has anyone actually looked at it, or just seen memes on Instagram?
No. What? Jurgen Klopp asking for it?
Right.
I watched the whole 5 minutes and 38 seconds.
And Jurgen Klopp said, as a football fan, I would like it to be replayed, but realistically, that's not going to happen. And what that also does is open the floodgates for everybody else that's been wrong by a decision. So that is the right thing to say. As a football fan, you want it replayed, you want to get the right result, but that's not feasible, so that will not happen. And I don't think anybody agrees that will happen, and nobody wants it to happen. Even Jurgen Klopp now is just being made to look, and Liverpool, like we're playing this victim role again, and it's just not true. It's just the media, they run off with headlines, and he needs something to post, and that's what's happening. I respect my manager. I think he comes out and he says the things that he means, and he doesn't falter on it, and I respect that. He doesn't hide behind anything. We all know who Jurgen Klopp is, so don't have a problem with it at all. Only other fans do, to be honest with you. I don't think it should be replayed. That's my opinion. I don't speak for all Liverpool fans. I don't speak for Liverpool. I speak for myself. So that's it, really.
Do you think there are loads of other fans that actually they're not taking it as Klopp said it and knows it basically ain't going to happen? Do you think there's actually Liverpool fans out there who actually stop, real talk, this game should be replayed, or do you think it's all like...
Definitely.
There's going to be fans there without a shadow of a doubt that are saying that, and I'll tell you what, if Liverpool did lose the league by a point this season, I don't know if I'll be on the other side of it as well, you know what I'm saying? But you've got to make a final decision, and the final decision is it shouldn't be replayed, but it definitely has opened up more questions about VAR, and I think that's fine to do. I think you should all be thanking Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp for bringing up these questions.
Oh, they're the saviour.
Because, I'm flipping this onto the field as the heroes, because it means that they'll be more vigilant and take more time with decisions now because of this uproar around it. They need to get shamed for it, mate. They do. I don't think anyone should lose their jobs. It's a livelihood. I don't believe in that. But definitely punishment should be put in place. And it is now. Darren England will not referee another Liverpool.
And not just punishment, like competent, like apply the rules properly.
Yeah.
Like the scrutiny is out. Matisse, if this happened to Chelsea,
you'd be fuming, lad.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Can we all agree that everyone will be
no one around this table is.
Okay,
certain things have happened to each and every one of our clubs.
And you fumed, right?
Yeah, we fumed.
Yeah,
We're not still talking about it 6 days later and, having a whole Spanish...
It was, last season alone, I had a Cucurella hair pull at home to Tottenham. Which led to
Tottenham
Tuchel,
again?
Which led to Tuchel, consequently in that period being sacked. I had Souček diving like a goalkeeper to save the ball at West Ham with his hand. I didn't get any audio releases. I didn't get nobody's referee in that game anymore. I'm still having to deal with Anthony Taylor to this day. But credit to Liverpool, they decided to go absolutely on the aggressive. And I hope my club, when we face these situations in the future, do exactly what Liverpool did. Because, as I said on Monday, that decision was a sham. It was a genuine sham. Yeah. It was one of the worst refereeing decisions I've ever seen.
Maybe the.
Which one?
Maybe the. Yeah. It was shocking.
Offside in his own half. That wasn't one.
Last season they drew the line. They didn't draw the line at the Emirates, right?
Yeah.
So listen, there's been some shocking decisions. I think there's many examples where it should have been. We should have already got to a point where there should be some massive outrage, but maybe this is the straw that breaks.
But this one, Curtis, this wasn't even like this isn't like people are like going mad like to make it a thing. This one was just so bad that like the outrage was going to come from absolutely everybody, like whoever it happened to. Like, and I do agree with Doyle. Like, I don't think we should be like, oh, what are Liverpool moaning about? Like, that was a disgrace. If that happened to it's a legitimate goal. And really, when you heard the audio, even though we know they got to the wrong, when they got to the wrong outcome, what was your thoughts when you
delay?
Yeah, and you know what? They still
delay it.
And they're swearing as well.
There's nothing I can do about it, mate. There's nothing I can do.
The guy that said it's not a referee.
Do you know what? I thought the audio made it even worse, to be honest. I was listening to that like, oh my God, like this is a shambles. Like we had it last year. Ivan Toney scored. The guy never drew the lines. He was looking at the wrong incident. He was looking at the previous one. He said, no, it's onside. And then the next one, he was offside. So I'm actually glad that Klopp and Liverpool have made such a big deal out of it, because to me, not because of the individual game, you're not going to replay the game and Tottenham have won the game, it's over, but VAR in this country is a shambles. Like, it's got to the point with me, I actually think there could be corruption involved. I'd go that far with it.
Do you think?
Yeah, I would go that far with
Would you say this one was a genuine mistake though? Because from the audio,
it did sound like
a proper mistake.
It sounded like five guys in a pub, and you've spilt your drink or something.
But do you know what?
Who's going to get it back though? I teach you buy it.
Come on, that's your round. I got the last one. You know what I mean?
Do you know what annoys me even more? Right, I was watching the Manchester United game, and I'm not trying to put it onto you in terms of the defeat, but Højlund was offside, right? And it was close, and they did the line.
It was simple.
Automated system. It looked clean and it was crisp.
Just kills everything. It happened against Newcastle last night as well.
Easy. It was such a breath of fresh air watching the Champions League.
Why did they not use that?
And I said, why did the Premier League, after watching the World Cup, it's almost like their egos were too big. They didn't want to take the help.
It's that.
It was such a good system in the World Cup.
The guy that said delay the game was not a referee, and this is a thing, right? We can't assume that referees all of a sudden are just great with technology and communication. Yes, they're referees and they're good at making decisions on the pitch. That doesn't mean that they know how to work all these computers and do all these different things, lad. That's a different set of skills, right? And the only guy that actually said anything about it was the relay guy. He was the one that said, wait, we should delay this. And I'll give you an example, right? Do you know when a referee's microphone is not working on the pitch, what does he do? He stops the game, doesn't he? Yeah. And then he comes off and he gets his microphone getting working. And if he goes back onto the pitch and it doesn't work again, what's he going to do? He's going to stop the game and go and get the microphone to work. So I don't understand why that can't apply to VAR decisions. There should be a window. I think there should be a window of like maybe a minute after the kick-off or something. But that's a prime example of how it needs to be changed.
But do you know what I also feel is that as well is like, I think they've made some robots, because basically what they're saying is because of the rules, the way it's actually written, we can't stop the game.
Yeah.
But what should happen is your general initiative and common sense should come in and say, listen, I will stand in front of any superior and look them dead straight in the eye with the backing of the whole Premier League and all football fans and say, I stopped this game and went against the robotic rules that we're getting told because this was a shambles. And if you're going to sack me for that, there's going to be marches supporting me.
Yes,
you can't get rid of me.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying? So that's what actually needs to happen, because really they were too robotic to say the guys can't do anything about it.
They were shitting.
Forget the rules.
They were shitting.
They were.
When they started swearing, they were like,
Bro, they were like, fuck!
But they were like, we know how bad this is going to be.
that was the only time I felt sorry for them.
Yeah, and
I
also
was
they
like,
probably thought, oh, fuck's sake, we've done it to Liverpool as well.
do you know what it was? We're not letting this go, lads. Can you imagine, right, as a person in that job, right, and you've said you've in your own interpretation of what the referee is you're trying to communicate to him, is you're saying it's a goal, and you're thinking that you're communicating that effectively, and he's going to receive that as a goal, and then the play continues, and you're probably having we did a good job there, we got our decision right. You look back on the pitch and Tottenham are taking a free kick and they're playing on, and you understand the magnitude. Millions of people are about to go absolutely off, and there's nothing now, according to the rules, nothing you can do.
Too blasé.
And you just know that you just have to. They must have been sitting there for the rest of the time on VAR, just thinking, we are.
Someone in here's losing their job. Who do you think is going to be?
We're finished.
Who we
Lad, he's
blaming?
filling his
Which one?
P45 after the second half. He was like, I'm getting sacked.
Well, there's man on Indeed while that was just having
Updating his
They're like,
CV.
yo, we don't even care about the rest of the decisions. We're finished.
The problem
anyway.
with it is, right, if he's watching the football game, right, the VAR manager, the VAR referee, if he's watching the football game, he sees the decision is offside. So if you watch other sports, what they do in them other sports is they'll say, checking for offside, checking for foul, checking for something. None of that communication was there. None of it. It was just like, checking for offside. Okay. What, that doesn't tell me objectively what. It was too blasé.
It was like,
if they stop the game,
miles on, just
it was like he was eating a Snickers bar or something at the same time. Like, it was like, crap, they've done onside that, lad.
Yeah, okay.
If they stop the game, Abby, right, and called Ange Postecoglou over, and called over Jurgen Klopp, and showed the and went, listen, Ange, look, mate, this is what's happened here, mate. 100% he's going to be like,
fair play.
Well, I think it depends how long the phase of play went on.
That's why I said there needs to be
even
a
if it was ages.
No, I think
It wasn't long.
Even if it was ages.
I think if
There's
there
a
was
window.
like,
If
there
it's-
is a window.
But I'm saying forget the window.
If put it like this: if Tottenham have gone on a couple of attacks, had a few shots and corners, you can't bring it
They're
back.
not like 15 minutes later. You can't do that. Not 15 minutes
I
later.
reckon you probably got, I'd say,
We're talking about a game getting replayed from a week ago.
Yeah, but that's what that can't run.
Yeah, but I'm saying if this happened on
Not the FA Cup.
Saturday, within a minute, if you've seen that there's a clear and very obvious error that happened, at that point, within a minute, and you then stopped the game and then called them over and said, this is the situation, show them the footage, I'd be like, okay, like, obviously it's going against me, but still, like, fair, whatever. But if you've then had, like, another 5 minutes of play, absolutely not.
No, I think they should be. I think that I don't care if it's 20 minutes.
No.
I'm saying this is so bad. I'm saying it's
not 20 minutes.
I'm saying 20 minutes.
You've got to have a limit.
But I'm saying it's so bad.
I mean, it's fair.
But I'm
because
saying
if the officials can't get it right,
do you know what? Because you know why I'm saying a minute.
Because even
You know what?
say the ball didn't go out for 3 minutes, and Spurs got a penalty. Do
you know what
But
it
they
is?
realised something happened in they wouldn't give the penalty, and then they'll go back and.
But you know what it is?
It doesn't. Phases of play.
It doesn't take more than because then the game's compromised.
Yeah.
In my opinion, if you go for
But it's compromised because someone scored a goal and it didn't get given.
But that's why you have
the game's gone.
But that's why you have a minute window to get. You don't need longer than a minute to correct that decision.
But they took longer. So I'm saying if it's 4 minutes, and they still haven't done it, and if they've
still reckon they should
I'm
bring
still
it
saying
back.
it's that bad.
Yeah.
There's a legitimate goal's been scored. I don't care how long it. I'm saying in that if you can correct it within the game. Even though it's
Not
4 or
within
5
the game,
minutes.
Imagine second half kicks off. First half.
Let's start a goal up
I'm
half
talking like
time.
4 or 5 minutes, like
Max.
No.
I'm
There's
saying
one problem with it, right? There's one
ridiculous.
problem why that didn't happen in the game, and it was because of policy. And you can't then go, right, we're going to stop the game now to get this goal given, because what it makes it look like is Liverpool are tapping up a referee or something, and we're saying
No, but
this
the
is
proof-
not fair
the
because
proof is there.
there's no policy to allow them to do that. So that's why they haven't been able to. I can see their side, but I don't see the incompetence. That is not okay, and the blase
right, let's move it on. Let's move on. We did have to talk
Thank you
about
for that anyway. Thank
yes,
you.
we did. There's a couple of super chats here. Tina says, talk about Newcastle PSG first, guys. Leo Manish says, why is this salty flexes here? Oh, Nana. Ijovi U says, there is a letter of the law. There is the spirit of the law. VAR should have stopped the game. Even though they're saying we can't.
Well,
they're saying that
They knew within 7 seconds.
But they didn't.
And we got a new week of fixtures.
And Spurs just, they just want to move on. It's fine. Abby doesn't care.
I have to
Like,
say-
it happened
Replay
to
the
my
game.
team.
I'm
Play it
sorry,
again,
but what
you know.
Tottenham have done nothing wrong
That's what I'm
here.
saying.
No one's going to
Tottenham have
Tottenham.
done
No one's
nothing
going to
wrong.
Tottenham. No one's mentioned
No,
Tottenham
but
once.
Tottenham have done nothing wrong. And also, regardless of that, even if... Oh, look at your
I
face
don't think so.
moving.
A lot of your fans were saying this is revenge for the Champions League
It
final.
is.
Or like,
I
it's
don't give-
not.
I couldn't
One's a
care
Champions
less.
League final and
I
one's 3
literally
points in the
could not
Premier League.
care
I know
less.
one
It's
had
so
have
calm.
I
Yeah,
hate
one
to
is
tell
the
you
biggest
that.
game in
that
our
one.
history.
And also,
on a pen that was
you
never
were 1-0
a pen.
down and had 90 minutes to score a goal and
Yeah,
you
we
never
did,
because
but
you
you
crap.
killed it in the
So
first
that was
place.
it, really.
I agree. I agree.
Hold on a minute. That Diaz goal was in the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, and that was a legit goal.
Yeah, okay.
So,
But
what's
Curtis
that?
Jones
And then we went
still
on
a
and
red.
scored again.
Yeah,
And then
you
we
did,
scored
but-
your goal for you to win the
Yeah, you
game.
did, but
So I don't know what you're getting at here.
But that still would have all happened. The only difference is it would have been a draw.
It wouldn't have been.
Hypothetically.
You didn't score in the Champions League final. We won 2-0.
No, I'm talking about the other day.
So what about it?
Matip still scored for us. Cheers for that.
Yeah.
We still scored our legitimate goal.
Yeah.
You still had a legitimate
So it
goal.
would have been 2-2.
All right, so it would have been 2-2. You
Yeah.
win some, you lose some. We
But-
might have won a Champions League.
But that doesn't
Who knows?
equate
This,
to the
this
same
could be a
thing.
new
Who knows?
rivalry now, Tottenham and Liverpool,
like
innit?
it.
You know,
Like-
at Anfield, it's
Do you
going to
know,
go
I
off.
just
Bloody
about to say,
Them
shameless.
guys,
Bloody
Scousers are
shameless.
for your
Spurs
boss,
fan,
mate.
as an Arsenal fan, Curtis, as a Chelsea fan, Matisse, me as a Spurs have got a lot. There's a lot going on at Spurs. Look, there is like confidence. They're
I
at the,
know,
they're at
man.
the table saying,
let's
"This,
not
you
go
sit
back
annoying,
down.
innit?
you hold that. Thanks for the Spurs."
All I've got
Things
to
are
say
changing.
I'm telling you, we've got the big coming this week.
That
That
watch
Ange
along.
energy, man. That Ange energy, man.
And
It's
energy.
mad.
I like that term.
Yeah, but it's very
And
us to go and
energy.
lose at Luton.
They've got a couple of injuries.
Is that what
Yeah.
you've got next?
They've got a couple of injuries.
Typical
Wow.
Spursy.
See that?
energy.
Wow.
Needed us to
Wow.
score a goal for you.
A couple of super chats here. Vicious says if United can get a penalty after full time and win the game, remember that Brighton?
Yes,
Right,
I was going to bring that up.
Then surely they can go back a few seconds. Ref knew, which was the right decision at the time. Ref knew what they were doing. They're not kids. And Anthony says MLS skills challenge for 3 points.
Shall we talk about Newcastle? I do feel like we need to.
Let's. You was there.
I was there.
Quickly touch on Newcastle. They absolutely blew PSG.
They were
away. Rinsed them.
unbelievable. And honestly, I've never seen a city like it. Like, if you haven't ever been to Newcastle, you should go, because they're just so together on like a match day. Like, I was walking around Greg's at 10 o'clock in the morning and everyone's got a Newcastle shirt on. Queues going this way, that way out the pub. I don't think anyone went to work yesterday in Newcastle either. But they were amazing, honestly. Like, big Dan Burn, Longstaff, honestly, the vibes in that stadium were
Dan Burn
unreal.
couldn't get a
Miggy.
Fulham.
Seeing Dan Burn keep
Big Dan
Dembele
Burn,
quiet, I was
keeping-
like, yo,
check
something's
his
crazy
pockets, he's
here
still
right
there.
now.
We're in
Like,
the Matrix.
It's mental. Like, this guy was
real
like
life.
playing for Blythe and like just bossing it, and they were just so good. They had so much heart about them as well. And even though it was PSG and on paper it's PSG, like, I do think there's a lot to be said for having that passion and that heart, and also having that whole city behind you. Like, one of the best atmospheres I've ever experienced.
PSG are a strange team, aren't they? Like, Mbappe didn't
It's
look
a point
interested. They just,
It was a strange setup.
it was just
Enrique.
weird, wasn't it?
They put 4 attackers, like,
Yeah.
they did not
It was,
respect
it was
Newcastle.
almost naive,
Ramos
Yeah.
disrespect
It
to
was
They didn't,
Newcastle.
bro.
It
That's
was.
Eddie Howe won that game, right? The players definitely won it, and the atmosphere without
yeah.
doubt. But it was Eddie Howe that set them up in the right way to win that game, and Lucas Enrique set them up in the wrong way. But 4 attackers on didn't respect them. Eddie Howe doubled up on every single time.
Yeah.
Dembele got the ball, and Mbappe did,
They went
and that's
for
risky.
free.
That's risky. But because they had the legs and the energy from the fans, he knew he could trust them to do it.
Yeah.
Eddie Howe yesterday outclassed Lucas Enrique. Luis Enrique, he did.
Yeah.
Simple as
Yeah,
that.
he did.
And
No,
there was like a 4-5-1 without the ball. I'd
Yeah.
just like everyone back behind the ball, but Isak at the top by himself, and then like a bank of 5.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
Like you
just
said, and we're
didn't stop
doubling
working.
Bruno
They
with-
worked
oh,
so
You know what I mean?
Ramirez.
Tireless running, Gordon at it, Almiron at it.
Even like Jamal
Longstaff.
Lascelles, who like barely gets a game now. Like,
Massive.
hey,
Yeah.
No
absolutely
Botman.
Yeah.
That's
No
what I'm saying.
Botman.
This is what I was going to
proper
say.
captain,
no
club
Joe
captain
Linton.
performance. Like,
Yeah.
just come off and do your job
Spot
and do it
on.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
No
right.
Wilson.
No Wilson, no Joel.
They honestly, they really were unbelievable.
Yeah. No
They
Willock.
deserve
It was really good.
Dan Burn had Dembele in his pocket, lad. isn't
Can't
it?
believe it.
Dembele-
Can't believe it.
Dembele cannot finish.
Yeah,
No
he
chance.
And he
scored.
struggled
Should
with
have
that his
scored,
whole
didn't he?
career.
First
He's had
minute.
so many
Yeah,
opportunities.
I said this yesterday.
With Barcelona as well,
Yeah.
when he's through on goal, and he
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with him. He's got He's two-footed. He's got all this talent, all this creativity. But when it comes to finishing, this guy's just never been able to.
His end result's not there. He's one of the best 1v1 players. You will beat his man every time. Yeah. But when it comes to getting in the box to a player,
he's always miserable as well. And he looks like he don't. Yeah, he's got that Martial thing going.
I think Mbappe last night was just
couldn't get a kick.
I didn't get the whole Mawani Mbappe left wing.
And Ramos as well. Adam Ramos in the middle, like what?
Running into each other's space.
17-year-old that
Emery.
He was good.
He was good.
Probably their best player.
Yeah, Zaire Emery.
Yeah. So,
but it was great. And shout out Matty Renton as well, because he did take me as a little Geordie yesterday.
Good lad.
He adopted us.
Good lad.
And any Celtic fans that might watch this, I'm coming to Celtic on the 25th.
Oh, really?
You're doing the rounds in the Champions League.
Celtic's a really good.
Yeah, I've been there as well.
You get to go to the big.
Yeah, I'm going to
big grounds,
the big ones, and then I think I end up like small like United at the end.
You just don't bite when
That's
they've got no respect. When they're a bit giddy because they're hearing the Champions League music, not for their own team but others, but they're excited. That's what happens.
No,
isn't it?
she
was at the Emirates at the weekend as well. You're touring the country.
That was WSL. Let's not.
Talking about integrity is careering.
Touring the country.
Integrity of the game.
That was a big move. I can't lie. That was a big move.
She went there with it as well, where all the places she's going. You went there. You opened the door for Curtis.
Babes, I've got mortgage to pay, okay?
Let's get on to Chelsea. Let's look forward. You know, Chelsea managed to win a game. No, Chelsea. We're going to stop. Actually, stop. Because we've got a special cake for you.
Why? We didn't. Not my birthday.
No.
When's your birthday? Because you won.
Oh, well done, lad!
And not only did they just win, you didn't even make a wish to carry on winning.
Are they candles? What's going on here?
I don't know what they are.
Not only did you win, it was the first time you've beat someone above you.
You're back.
Since Leicester in May 2022, I believe.
3 points.
Yeah.
3
There should have been
points.
3 sparklers on there.
3 points. Yeah.
Fire alarm's gonna
Two
go off
goals,
in a minute.
3 points.
Yeah. 3 stars on there. Look, there you go.
It was an unbelievable feeling. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and try and be all, political about it's just 3 points. No, that meant a lot to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I needed that.
Yeah, of course.
On a human level, I needed that.
Yeah, you did.
Mudryk with that finish, with Cole with that pass, I've played that goal back like 5 times. Like, we have 2 goals in 1 month, and it's only
You had 2 goals in 1 minute. It was raining.
It's mad.
It's
mad. I didn't even get to change the score. We scored
cool.
once, and I was still celebrating. The second goal
And
went
then
in.
Tim Ream wanted to help you score again.
Yeah.
Bro's your shin pad.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't
Bro's
believe
you ran off shamelessly like that.
There was no tears. But what I will say is, there's been plenty of games like that where we have deserved to get a goal, but our finishing's let us down. So it was so nice to know that, okay, we're playing well and we've actually capitalised on it. And then we just managed the game. And I was like, what's going on here? We're 2-0 up. We're managing the game. Gallagher's balling out. We have Caicedo playing well, not conceding like everybody's been joking about. We have Broja back in the team, obviously, from injury. Mudryk. No more 0 GA. I was just living life.
He's got to be
The defense was fantastic. There was a clean.
You've got to let him land.
Honestly,
you got to let him.
Do you know what it was? Yeah, for me, it was like, this is why I still look. People laugh at me when when I was going with Cams and I was like, listen, I'd rather be Chelsea fan than Man United fan. This is why I'm still looking forward to the games, even though we're getting mocked, even though people are like, oh, Chelsea this, Chelsea that. I'm watching the games and we're not playing badly. Like, we do deserve, I think, to have more points than we do, but we can't finish. So I'm still looking forward to the games because I know the team's united. I know there's a lot of young players. They're galvanised. Poch is there. I'm a big fan of him. So it's not a toxic right now. I
do agree with you, actually.
So it's not toxic. There isn't this in-house kind of fight, and there's not. I just need the fans to just keep, as long as the fans can keep calm and just ride it out.
Results help that.
Yeah, exactly.
Back-to-back wins.
Exactly. We got Burnley next again.
Well, let's talk about that because this is the preview show. We've got to start previewing some of these games. The next game is Burnley away. They're just coming off a win to Luton.
Come on, baby.
It's tough to go there, but I still think you should.
We have to win.
Winning that.
So, 100%.
And that's a nice bit of momentum if you do as well.
If we do, it's nice. And listen, I'm not going to count my chickens before they roost. We have to win that game first. We think about that game, and then what is after the international break. Abbi has got the list written, and she knows the fixtures off by heart. She'll show me them again. But we need to beat Burnley. We won't. Go there. again, if we can replicate what we did at Fulham, just do exactly that again. And then after the international break, a few players start to come back fit, Reece James and whatnot. So hopefully,
Curtis, give me a prediction for that. You think Chelsea are going to go to Turf Moor?
I think they're going to win. Burnley, like, going Turf Moor is different now, isn't it? Before you was getting elbowed in the face. Now Company's trying to play good football, man. I think Burnley going to struggle this year.
They need to go back to the elbow.
Go back to the old school, man.
They can't with the players they got now.
Not with Vincent Kompany as well. He's on that Pep school of thought, but yeah, I think you'll beat them. I'm going to go 2-0. I agree with you. I actually think Chelsea are playing all right. They just need to finish their chances more. I think you'll beat them 2-0.
Doyle, comfortable for Chelsea going with, or something different?
No, lad. Chelsea, just because they've won 2 games doesn't mean that they're going to pick on and carry on.
We're back in contention.
Yeah, isn't it? Boom. I think
we haven't even got to what your prediction is.
I think they'll huff and puff, but not blow the house down. I think Chelsea, the same way they do it most of the time this season, they won't finish the chances. So I think Burnley are going to win this one 2-1. Genuinely, lads.
I think they'll
be, bro. Burnley have come up to the Premier League to play big clubs like Chelsea, Liverpool, United, Arsenal, them. And like, you know...
Sorry, was that them?
So they're going to be up for it, lad. Of course they are. It's the first game against Chelsea. They want to beat this. The North v the South, all of that. The fans are going to be up for it. Are they good enough? Probably not. I think they're going to get relegated this season. But you never know with these little teams.
Chelsea,
that happens, lad. That bloody... Wigan won the FA Cup and got relegated, lad. It happens, believe me. So I just don't see Chelsea kicking on still. I think it'll be a tough game for them. 2-1, 1-1.
Abby?
Dash.
No, I'm going to
Don't do this to me, man.
I'm going to give you something out of the game. I'm going to go draw.
Oh, you're actually ridiculous.
1-1.
No, forget
I
it.
think it'll be tough. Tough battle for you, but you know, these are the type of teams that are around you that you need to be beating. For me, it's 1-1.
Well, actually, on that, Abby, with their win, you know, that took Chelsea up to 11th, 1 point behind Man United. And Burnley are 18th with 4 points.
When's your mid-table battle?
And Chelsea got 8 points.
Do you know what? Yeah, do you know what we should have done for these predictions? We should have had a real table with real points on the line. So when she's disrespecting, there's consequences.
Well, to be fair, the last few weeks I've actually been correct. I said for Spurs draw, and I said we'd beat Liverpool.
You still have us 9th.
You did.
I still have you 9th.
Cool.
Okay, so Abby,
we still have a bet.
Abby, let us know.
This energy is difficult to deal with, isn't it?
We're
all like, oh my
God.
God.
Goes to the Asian Cup and Basuma and Saar AFCON. We're going to rise.
Yeah.
We will rise.
I'm telling you. Hoiberg and Skip back in that midfield. Richarlison up front. I'm telling you, it's going to be a long day.
You
got a couple of injuries, isn't it?
I haven't seen you rise since 2020.
You got a couple of injuries.
Start rising.
Perisic out. Glass is out in the front line.
Brennan Johnson.
Solomon's out.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry about us. Worry about you.
We'll be there.
Why are you
No matter what.
To be honest, I feel like so everyone really felt for you last year.
No, not no more.
But
Not everyone.
Not everyone. I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the community and
the community did not feel for me.
They did. I feel like they did.
They did not feel for me, and I'm going to enjoy my moment. Do I think we'll probably go to Luton this weekend and get beat?
Yeah.
No, it's not even
that.
I just feel that the Hounds are gonna. The way like,
this is classic.
Like, at the beginning, you was quite humble with Spurs doing like all right.
Have I even spoken about Spurs? This is just about Chelsea.
No, listen.
This is not
this
about
is
Spurs.
prime Jose Mourinho
This
tactic that she's using. It's us versus them mentality. That's what she's on.
I don't know, this is not that. This is because we have something going on between us with the Chelsea and Tottenham thing.
No, but it was a bit to Doyle as well.
She was sending shots last show. Don't try and make this about us. You were sending shots all around this table.
Maybe we should have a poll. Is Abby being humble enough that Spurs?
No. The polls are going to say no.
It'll be a landslide.
It's fine. It's not a problem.
Listen, I'm enjoying my moment.
Let her do this. Let her do it.
I know it's inevitably going to come to an end. It will likely come to an end against Luton because it's a very Spursy thing to happen.
Okay.
But this thing we've got going on has been started from the back end of last season.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's get on to
it's in love. Like we say it in love with each other. We spend so much time together.
It's in jest.
It's all bad.
It's in jest.
When the collapse happens, I swear I'll be
unbearable. All of you come watch when you come to Anfield, like, because that'll be a day. Let me tell you.
They're gonna smash the cup.
smash them.
Lad, you have no idea, bro.
On the way.
Can Can we?
It's so true.
You know it.
I'll be there at the front. Go on, Les.
Honestly, the
It's
poll.
mad.
So the poll options is no and defo not.
And Defo Not's doing higher as well. So they need to make sure they know you're not being humble right now.
We can't get past this, can we? We literally can't.
I'm going to get these super
can't.
chats out before we move
Go
on
on.
to the rest of the games. Puskas says Klopp had the opportunity to make a great case for changes
I'm voting.
in the PGMOL and instead made a frivolous comment about replays. He is a joke, and Liverpool fans that see him as Jesus are a joke too. Wow.
Cool.
That's Abby's burner account, I
Wow.
think.
Yeah.
You wish he was your manager.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Rohit.
you wish he's your manager.
Rohit says, can we discuss Jude's start at Real Madrid? We won't discuss it on a big one, but yeah, I
Unreal.
think it's just
Unbelievable.
Oh, what
That's
a
all I'm gonna
player.
say.
What a man.
It's just one of them.
What a goal.
20 years old.
What a
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
He's taken the absolute mick with what he's doing at the minute. Raphael says, shows the levels of Spurs having their best season while Arsenal are average. Arsenal are yet we are on the same points. First set of injuries and back to mid-table for
Cool.
Spurs. Akash says, can we get a Man City rep in the show? Love the show.
I am.
She basically is, yeah.
Tonic says, bad calls are part of the game. The officials' final decision was not reflected on the pitch in the Spurs versus Liverpool game. That is the difference. And Jared says, Arsenal fan base is so reactionary. Curtis, he says, one
there we go.
away loss in the Champions League and you would think they were in as bad as a position as Man United, the way that some fans online are going on.
Nice dig there.
Thank you for the super chat.
I don't mind that though.
Thank you for the super chat.
I like that.
Yeah, that's
response needed, yeah,
On
yeah,
my
yeah.
channel, I might have let the clip off, but on here, Rob, I'm going to be respectful.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
let's move on to another tasty game actually. Brighton versus Liverpool. I think that's a very tasty
Very
game.
good game.
Brighton in a little bit of bad form at the minute. Lost against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Got smashed against Villa 6-1.
Mad.
And I remember doing a prediction show. Was you on it?
Yeah.
You predicted
Bav was
they'll
there.
win.
And I said I think Villa would do it. And I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
Brighton
yeah.
have these games where like I didn't think we'd 6-1 obviously.
Yeah.
But I was like, they have these games where it's just like they just get beat out of nowhere. Like it happened against West Ham. It's happened against someone else smashed
Newcastle.
them. Newcastle.
Yeah.
And it's like
It's because of the way they set up, though,
Exactly.
isn't it? They play their way, and that's it. But then it can also leave you very open to getting down every single time.
Exactly. From a Liverpool perspective, obviously all the emotion and everything what we've just spoke about, forget all that now.
Yeah.
Liverpool play tonight in the Europa League as well.
McAllister
against
derby, lad.
Union who?
Union Galiz?
Okay.
Galiz? I'm so sorry.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
sorry.
Yeah. It's that stage of the Europa League, isn't it? where
Yeah, you
sometimes
don't
you're-
even know who you're playing.
But
Europa
is,
League will do that to you.
is it fair to say that you are expecting like a proper reaction from Liverpool because they've got the bit between the teeth, they've had the injustice? Are Brighton about to feel that wrath at the Emirates?
I would like to think so, yes. If you look at Liverpool's performances this season, we've conceded, but we've also fought back in a lot of games. We've come back against Newcastle 2-1, we come back against Wolves 3-1, and they're difficult games. And so I feel like we owe Brighton one after last season. They smoked us, and we know you did. I can imagine Trent coming up against Matoma right now is just wanting revenge against him, like, because he battered us. So I think that we're going to go into this game with the energy of we need to get you back again, lad. We need 3 points. The team's definitely faced adversity before, so I reckon we can win this game. I really do, especially their form now. The form that they're in right now, they're not picking up the points that they expected to. The Zerbi's a little bit, in my opinion, I like him. He's a good manager,
But
he's a little bit arrogant. He is.
Really?
Yes.
He's arrogant?
Yeah,
Yes,
talk
I
about
do. I do think he's an arrogant.
Yeah?
And yeah, I do.
Deserving.
And I think that comes into his play style sometimes. And I think his ego gets ahead of himself. So I'm not a manager, right? I can't talk about the man. All I can say is about his football. And he seems to play the same football every single game. And you can't do that. To play in the Premier League, you need to be super dynamic. You need to change your tactics. So when you're coming against Liverpool, who are a very, very clinical attacking side, if you're going to play expansive football, we're going to have chances. And we will outscore you. I know that in this season right now, we will. So going into this game, confident, lad. Genuinely, I am. Liverpool have given me every reason to be confident. Even these guys, when they were playing us, just about beat us with 9 men. Genuinely,
Yeah.
I know we were talking. I'm
It
talking
was
about
a
that fixture
very
again.
spirited.
Yes,
Yeah, no,
valiant.
I was watching it
valiant.
thinking,
It's brilliant.
the last thing I can do is shamelessly try and cook Liverpool for
Yeah,
them.
no, you can't. Yeah, you
9
can't,
men
yeah.
nearly getting a
The
point.
hunger's there,
Yeah.
lads.
And they still had chances.
Exactly.
It's not the same Liverpool that's won everything, right? This is a group of lads that are hungry again, young lads that want to play for Liverpool and run into the ground. And we've got a special gem in there, and his name is Dominic Szoboszlai, lad. That fella, Oh my days, I'm not joking. Jude Bellingham, wonderful. You went to the right place because you are insane.
Don't compare
You're too
them,
good for
please.
us, lad. But
Imagine if they had both.
now that we've got, now that we've
not.
got Dom, he's not the same player. Okay, Jude is a better player. I'm not saying that, but Dom is a very, very good player, and you'll see him all this season.
He's brilliant.
So it's giving me
We
this
already have as well.
uplifting.
Yeah.
We've got Mah coming back as well, playing against his old team, lad. We are up for this, definitely, and we are clinical. I'm game for it. Lad.
I agree with you with De Zerbi though. He's a
little bit arrogant for me,
he's
lad.
an interesting personality. Like over the summer, that's when I really clocked it with the Colwell thing. But then also he was like, when Caicedo was leaving, he's like, I've forgotten all about him.
Yeah,
And then he used
yeah.
the game. He's like, we're missing Caicedo.
Yeah.
I was like, oh really now? Are you? Yeah. So you remember who
But
that,
it's
that
like
guy
a lot
is.
of the big characters in it. Like,
Yeah.
they say
But you
mad
have
stuff.
to back it up though. That's the thing.
I
But
think
Brighton are still.
they
Let's
do-
listen.
they have
Brighton
to
are
still
still
back it up.
doing well.
They are
No?
having a very
Yeah.
good season.
I think
But
sometimes we forget, and there's no disrespect to Brighton and Hove Albion.
Look at what they've
but
done. And
they are still Brighton.
I'm separating.
Overick's
I'm separating Brighton and De Zerbi because
Okay.
Brighton are calm. Do you know what I'm saying? They're overachieving massively this season. I think they're 5 wins out of
he's a
7.
big part of that, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
when he leaves, if he leaves at some point, he better back this talk up with trophies because we won't be so forgiven when he goes somewhere else. If he goes to one of the big clubs
Is that if
and he takes that personality to say, I don't know,
United?
a Man United,
Yeah.
you will be under like De Zerbi is a
Could
coach.
be a Chelsea.
We can do this.
Yeah.
We can,
Literally
we
just
can do
come
this.
out my
We can
mouth.
do this Brighton loving as much as you want because it's Brighton.
Exactly.
And
It changes when you go-
I know
When
what
you
you're
go,
saying,
if you
yeah.
make that next jump up to the next level of scrutiny like a Ten Hag, and you got to manage big personalities, and you're talking like
different.
this, you're just different. Now
Yeah.
we're not talking about Brighton. Look at you.
Yeah, but
no,
you
you
know
are
what
going to
he's
be.
doing
But it's like
minute.
Arteta though. You have to get rid of the big type of characters so
Yeah.
that you are
Yeah.
then in control.
You're
You
in
get
control of
I'm
you
just
have to
saying
change
you'll
the
have
whole
to back
face
it up.
of the.
You'll have to
Yeah.
back up the talk. When you play
Yeah.
that beautiful football, we've seen it with Enrique, right? If it gets unstuck,
Yeah.
there'll be a lot of people coming.
All right,
Imagine if that goes.
Yeah,
predictions.
yeah.
Curtis, give me a prediction for Liverpool Brighton.
I saw Brighton. I think they got Marseille today away.
Yeah, they got top.
I
Yeah,
think,
they're
I think
managing
they'll
that
lose
as well.
that, to be honest. I think Liverpool will beat them. Go 3-2. I reckon there'll be a lot of goals in it. I think you'll have a bit too much for them.
Abby?
I can't really see Brighton getting battered again after last week. I think maybe 2-2.
Really?
Can see a draw in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matisse, I know what you said about De Zerbi, so you probably want them to get smashed right now, it feels.
No, not really. Just
for De Zerbi to hold that,
Still
or-
Liverpool. It's just conflicting, but it's still Liverpool. I don't want Liverpool to do well.
100%. Exactly.
But I do think Liverpool will take advantage of that defence. I've seen it a lot this season, and it's crumbled a few times. Brighton, every time they play, there's goals in the game. There will be entertainment in this game.
We
for
owe
sure.
them, lads.
They always score goals. So
Didn't they beat you last
3
year?
times they
Part of me
beat us,
thinks
lad.
like
Yeah.
3-1.
In the last 7
times.
times, you ain't beat him.
Trossard
3-1
hat-trick.
Brighton.
No, we have. In the last 7.
In the last 7, in all
That's
comps.
better.
Really?
No.
In the last
that's
3, they
just-
beat us.
I think coming off the back of a 6-1.
But the thing is, Liverpool have their own.
Yeah, I
their
know,
own
but
charge
then
as
you're
well,
at
like-
home.
It's them
you
against
need
the
to-
world right now, isn't it?
Both of them are highly charged in terms
They are.
of
That's why
like.
probably a draw is
I
about
think
right, but
tonight.
do
I think
there's a
tonight's
3-1
game
in
will
it.
affect Brighton. You've got an easier game
Yeah, yeah.
than them. They got to go to Marseille.
And they're not used to that as well.
They're
They
not-
lost against
yeah.
AEK Athens
Yeah.
from being in good
Yeah, yeah,
positions.
yeah.
Yeah.
They got to
Yeah.
go to Marseille now.
We're used to
ground
this.
to go to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So this is very
And
new
you
for
can
them.
probably
so.
rotate.
Probably edge it at Liverpool for that reason.
For me, it's going to be 3-1. Okay,
I
guys?
think you'll win
3-1.
That's
Gilly for you.
I'm going to give it 4-2.
4-2.
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Fair play.
Goals
That's a Liverpool
galore.
Brighton
I think it's
score.
going to be a banger.
That's fair.
I really do.
I hear
hope
that.
so.
Goals
Is that one
galore.
on telly?
It's on. Yeah, it's on 2 o'clock on Sunday. So if you don't want to watch it with me, you're welcome.
Nice.
That VAR assistant's going to be nervous.
Wait.
He's going to
That's a good.
Double check.
That's a good Super Sunday.
Boss.
It is. There are some other big tasty games, but let's just get Man United out of the way. Man United are hosting Brentford at Old Trafford on Saturday. Huge game at Old
Big
Trafford.
ting.
Flex seems like
So
he don't even want to
much.
talk about it. That's how
We've
bad
got
it
to
is.
now.
Like,
We've
just
got
get it out of the
to
way.
talk about it. It's peak.
That's done. That's done.
I've got a lot of messages.
There was a lovely list
ready.
the other day, wasn't there? Did you see it was like the first time this happened? The first
But
time.
we are breaking
Ten Hag,
hell
Ten
of
Ten
Hag.
records.
Hag's
Hag.
done this.
Yeah.
Hell
So
of records.
hella records.
So what I'm going to need from you,
Yeah.
because obviously
got a lot to say.
we've forged a friendship, a brotherhood.
Mud Brothers.
Whilst
Saeed called us the Mud Brothers.
Mud Brothers. Oh, I like that.
Mud Brothers, yeah.
So I need basically a dossier from you. I know you've got journals and diaries that you've probably kept
Notepads.
through your
Yeah.
of basically how you cope, what you do, like coping mechanisms. Do you just emotionally detach?
You have to laugh.
Do you laugh? Okay,
You have
I
to
did
laugh.
do that. the
You
other
have
day.
to laugh it off
Laughed a
because some of the defending was comical. You have to laugh.
Yeah.
If you don't laugh, you'll cry. That's the saying. Everybody says it.
And I was saying to Curtis before, and the thing that's annoying me about us right now is obviously it being in the mud, for sure. But when I actually look at the games,
you didn't do that badly.
There's and this is the problem though, that it's not for long enough.
Yeah.
There's periods of the games where we're doing exactly what we're meant to be doing.
Yeah.
We score, or we score first, or we're doing the right things. But all of us, that they will self-combust and mistakes will come in and they're going to F it up. And that's what's happening.
But there's this really weird pattern emerging, right? Where you guys will score a goal and you'll concede
straight away.
Right after.
Yeah.
It
Every
happened against
single game.
Bayern Munich. I think it's happened a few times in Premier League games. It happened against Galatasaray.
Yep.
And I was watching you guys and
It's happening in every single game.
I was like, are you lot taking the mick now? Like,
purpose.
like Højlund's busting a gut.
Højlund's great.
What a
I feel sorry
goal,
for the
by
kid.
way.
I think
What a
he's.
goal.
I think he's so good.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was that quick.
2 goals,
rapid.
could add a
he's
third,
rapid.
slightly
Really good.
marginally offside. I'm looking at Onana. I'm looking at Varane, who's just a hologram for the long clearance from Davison Sanchez. Your guy.
No, wait. Hold on, wait there. No, wait there.
He's got 2 assists.
Wait
the
there.
ball bounce.
No, wait
Dalot?
there. Speak Dallow's name into the atmosphere. 'Cause
Dalot?
Varane, listen, the ball's gone way over him. Dalot can see that ball coming and chooses. He goes, I'll be all right with Wilfried Zaha body to body.
Hey,
strength.
Zaha
It's his
gave
fault.
him that
It's not
upper
Varane.
shoulder, bro.
Yeah.
I said,
Love
yo,
strength.
hey,
Right.
that's the David Moyes.
It's not that weren't Varane's
Yeah,
fault. That was Diogo Dalot, bro. Disgrace.
It was
Andre
insane.
Onana.
Can we talk about?
Are you
Onana?
still singing that song? That's what I
Bro,
want to know.
KG made the
Because
song.
in New York,
and
you
sang
said
the
that a
song.
lot of times.
And listen, he comes in. I'm a fan. I gotta get behind you. And there ain't too many brothers that are keepers as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I just gotta keep it real.
Big Mike,
Maybe
AC
for a
Milan.
reason.
Exactly. Big Magic Mike at the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, Onana comes in. There's an African keeper at Man United. I'm Caribbean, but listen, I'm rejoicing. I want him to do so well.
hear
it.
He's got the kid and play house party trim at Old Trafford in 2023. I want this guy to shine. Listen,
He's a speaker as well. Did he do another post-match interview?
he didn't, and I saw him after the game as well. And it wasn't that this time, but like. He's making hell of mistakes. And he just looks like a bag of nerves. He looks like a bag of nerves. And even, you know what's mad about what Onana's doing at the minute, is you see, even if like there's a goal that's scored, right, that actually he couldn't do anything about, you still look at his action
And
and
you're
the
thinking-
technique of how it just looks wrong.
Icardi, the little thing.
He was on the
floor laying down, bro.
It just
Nowhere
looks
near. It's just like-
you know, like
can't get it.
Feel him
I'm
stand
not
up.
keeping. You know, like if you go in goal in sevens,
Yeah.
You know when you go in goal 7, you play a lot of football. You play a ball, right? You know when you go in goal in 7 aside. And someone has to take a turn at going in goal. So when we try to save it, we do mad stuff.
With your legs and that,
Yeah,
with your legs and that,
I'm like, and even the saves he does make, he does like shoulder for your foot. Guys just doing like.
Have you ever seen him like actually like stand? He's always on the floor.
Sounds like
He's
he's not
always
being
on the
trained
floor.
as a goalkeeper.
So
I don't think he's a keeper.
So
man.
there's-
He
so
played
there's that.
too
But
when
at
he was
Inter,
younger.
But at
at
Inter,
Inter and
exactly.
at Ajax,
Yeah.
was a
100%.
He was
decent
making
keeper.
mistakes.
So I'm not going to
I don't get it.
completely write him off, but I'm not going to be that fan,
Can I
that's
say-
not going to call out
Is he
what's
United
happening in
kid?
front of
Is he
him.
a down? Is he a
United
downgrade on De Gea?
And
Man?
obviously,
Getting back, he's
It
free
is.
agent, babe.
Casemiro is suspended.
Yeah.
The Amrabat mistake.
Because of him as well.
One
he's
ball
suspended.
over the top. Again, Man United exposed.
Exactly.
But it's once again another example of Pep Guardiola bigging up somebody in a game against Man
That
City
he's
in the
lying.
Champions League final. Onana,
And Ten
he's
Hag.
incredible. What a player. Well, I wouldn't mind having him. Man United immediately in.
Yeah.
Maguire.
Yeah, but
Man United.
Ten Hag managed
Fred.
him at Ajax.
Man United.
So he
He's-
knew
he's
him
actually
already.
bigger than that
Ten
this time.
Hag, lad.
Ten Hag actually knows the guy.
That's
and
maybe the problem as well.
Listen, look, I saw David De Gea, coming at Man United in his first season. It was
Dreadful.
basically like this. And he was awful the whole year. He went on to have a 12-year career at Man United. Gary Neville said before Onana even comes, like before he even came, like Man United goalkeeper is probably the most scrutinised position in English football. Like and I'm telling you now, Onana's got a big character, but it is weighing him down. He looks
Oh, yeah,
shook.
Yeah.
Ten Hag's got to get these players out of it. But Man United just generically being in the mud. This was the period of games after like playing against teams where you can lose to. This was the period of games where Man United was supposed to get their act together, build some momentum, and start getting some W's. And now they've played 2 games in the Champions League and conceded 7 goals. And you're looking at it and going,
Copenhagen.
might not get out of the group.
Copenhagen.
If you don't beat, Man United got to beat Copenhagen home and away just to have a chance to get out of the
Have you
group.
seen
And then they've got
Copenhagen's
Bayern
home
Munich.
record?
Yes, solid.
Galatasaray away.
Solid.
Copenhagen.
And get something out of that.
Fletcher.
Not going to happen.
Do you know my?
Copenhagen at home don't play.
Yeah.
They don't play.
Oh, my advice: keep your Thursday nights free, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause
No,
you might be back in that Europa
because-
League.
Oh, you're not going to be the previews at the second half of the season.
No.
You did this last season as well, didn't you? You didn't do the previews
No, I didn't do
on a
previews.
Thursday, and you're going to do it
He
again.
he dunked out.
Fourth in the group
What are you saying?
and just chill in the midweek after that.
Oh.
I don't want you
Oh.
dropping into Europa.
You'll end
If
up in
you're a
Europa.
disgrace like that and you can't get out of a group with Galatasaray,
Now, but imagine
Copenhagen
this:
thing.
Liverpool v United and final.
I don't want
Europa
that.
League. Why? Because you'll
You
get
take
told.
it, man.
I would love that.
I want us to do our flipping. I want us to do our jobs in the flipping Champions League, where we should be finishing minimum second in that group. But at the end of the day, Man United got other ideas. But Brentford, massive game. People can say Brentford ain't been at it. They've been a bit off it. If I'm Thomas Frank, I'm thinking that Man United team is fragile. Even if they're playing well, we can score at any moment. And if we score first, my God, they're going to shit the bed.
Can I ask you a question? Let's say you lose to Brentford.
Yeah.
Then is it international break after
It
that?
is.
Yeah.
Then
Sheffield United away.
okay, so you probably should beat
I
them.
could
But
see
let's say you lose to Brentford.
Yeah.
Is there any question marks about his job?
Nah, there won't be.
Still not.
He won't get sacked. Nah, he won't.
How far can it go before he does?
You probably have to lose to Sheffield.
Take
wouldn't
a
you?
leaf out of our book. Let's let this be a minimum relegation battle before we start.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're teetering.
Why is
We're
he not
just there.
under why is the question mark not there?
So I think there is definitely, in my opinion, I can't speak for the whole fan base. I think there is a loud minority of Man United fans, about 20 to 30%, I would say, that are like, nope, I can see where this is going. He hit the guy, sack him. But I think the majority are like, listen, 4 months ago, in June, we were saying, well done, you've done so well in a turbulent season, you've got third. Obviously, there's injuries. There's loads of things to sort out. You're not immune from criticism. You're now getting shit wrong. In-game management, substitutions, favourites, stubbornness. That's at your doorstep. Yep. But there's enough credit in the bank still. And actually how we're playing, like I said, it's really weird. We're not getting smashed every game. We're doing stupid, dumb things.
Individual errors.
Where you're like,
that
how
was-
can Ten Hag Bro, I've set you up to create. We're creating. I've set us up to get Hoyland chances. He's getting chances. I've set us up to be on the front foot, and we're doing that in spells of the game. And then you lot are making mad mistakes. And actually, having Amrabat left back against proper wingers was never going to be the script.
Who else would he have
We
played?
got no one. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's
So,
10 mistake,
so
though.
he's getting little things. No, but we don't have no left back.
Three
Still
left
his
backs
mistake.
in,
Play a
right?
different system. Do something, lad. It's his job to do that. It's his job to galvanise your players, get them to believing in the philosophy and get them going, lad. That's what his job is there to do. And he did it last season.
You don't rate him.
It's not I don't rate him. I just don't think the squad's behind him very much.
That's exactly what
I
I
just
think.
really get the impression that they're not. I think there's little factions that might have formed
Definitely
over certain decisions that have been made in and around the club, and obviously there has been external factors that he can't control.
Yeah.
But I do think some decisions, maybe have gone against him. I don't support United. I don't know. But just from an outside
That's
looking in, I just don't look at them as a team that's fighting for that manager. In my opinion.
It comes down to a lot of things. You don't know how Ten Hag personally, so how we're having conversations right now, you don't know how he talks to his players.
Yeah.
He could be really iron fist ruling. He could be really...
Which you think he
I think
probably
he's
would
quite
be.
well.
And so
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
not nice. You need
No.
somebody that's personable that you can talk to. I don't know.
But the problem is, Doyle, though, is you're right, because you need to learn how to manage different
People.
egos, different
Man manager.
people. However, the Manchester United players are notorious for downing tools
throwing
or
the manager.
not answering to authority. They needed somebody, even though it's going to be bad and feel bad, they needed someone to come in and say, I don't care.
Yeah,
Do you
but
know
I
what
do
I
But
mean?
think
didn't
the
Mourinho
head
do
te-
that?
But now
head
he's trying to-
teacher vibe, the head teacher vibe wears
But now
off.
that's what he is
Conte
doing
and
though.
things like that.
But now he's cherry picking, because now he won't go for Rashford, even though he's playing terrible.
That's
Yes.
the problem.
He's
Now he
got
won't
credit
go
in
for
the bank,
Bruno.
hasn't he? He's got
So
credit in
now
the
he
bank.
kind
What I
of
was
knows.
favourite.
Yeah, exactly.
What I was watching, funnily enough, ironically, I was watching the Beckham documentary yesterday, and Ferguson was just one way with everyone.
Yeah.
It was like, if anybody, Neville said it 1,000 times, anybody stepped out of line, you're finished. Like,
Yeah,
he is
yeah.
going to... But Ten Hag seems to, like, pick and choose
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he wants
Who
to
he
do
But the
it.
stepping out of
Yeah.
line is different though. But performance-wise, so Marcus Rashford hasn't stepped out of line where he should never play again.
Yeah, yeah.
Bruno hasn't. It's bad form.
It's bad form, yeah.
When a man has stepped out of line, Ronaldo, he was gone. Well, that was we couldn't. We'd done a bit
Yeah,
more
yeah.
if he had to
Yeah,
go do it
yeah.
himself. Sancho won't say sorry. You ain't playing for me again.
Yeah.
He's Maguire. I don't think you're good enough. You're not the captain anymore. You ain't playing. He's made big choices.
Yeah.
He's come in and done the authoritarian thing. But the problem is now, and it's more of an indictment on our players and their mentality, that the fact that I'm worried that if he drops Rashford, I think he could lose him.
Yeah.
That's pathetic.
But
Because if you're Rashford and you get dropped, if he did.
It's a joke.
Like when Mo Salah comes off,
joke, yeah.
and he's ripping off his wristband things, he's pissed off in that moment.
Because he's coming off. That's
But
it.
he knows the next time Mo Salah plays, he knows he ain't coming off because he's going to put in a shift. And on top of that, the players get behind that because of the track record that Klopp's got
And also
in
the
terms of
relationship
they've
with
won
Credibility.
stuff.
Credibility.
And
So
also
everything
the
that he's
per-
doing,
the
but we're
personal
losing.
relationship.
Yeah.
I think the personal relationship as
Exactly.
well that you have.
I think with Ten Hag, the problem is, like, second season, I watched Man United play and I'm like, there ain't really that much of a style of football there. Like, it still looks like individual brilliance. And all that iron fist thing, I think you can do that if you're getting results because you think, well, he's strict, but we're winning. But he's falling out with players, and I reckon Sancho's probably quite popular amongst like Rashford and people like that. So I just think it feels like there's a bit of chaos behind him as
Also,
well.
Complete chaos.
I don't
Yeah.
think he has the strength in depth to have the confidence to drop players.
Totally.
There you go. There's players in there that he
There's
doesn't
players
want
that
anymore.
need. It's not to say that Rashford shouldn't be dropped or Bruno shouldn't be dropped. They should. But who's coming in for them?
Yeah.
And is that going to impact
That's
your
the
results and make you lose more? Because is Garnacho ready to start? Every time Garnacho starts, he doesn't really look like he's ready. Palestri,
why.
is he really
This
off
is
the
what I
level
mean,
needed?
bro.
And then if they come in to show that iron fist, to show that, you can be dropped, and then you lose, which is most likely going to happen, and then
You've
now
lost the
se-
senior
now
man.
you've lost the
Rashford and
senior
Bruno,
players. The
yeah,
senior
yeah.
players are looking at you like, okay, you dropped me, so now what? You still
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
Say something. And
you
then
go.
and now you're in this like, what do? Bring them back? Oh, you
Yeah.
can't bring them
There
back.
you
You
go.
just lost
So
them.
don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
You are the
So-
manager. That's why you get paid the millions.
Yeah.
to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But I'm like, listen. He's bringing off Rashford. He's doing it. He's stagnating how he's doing it against Palace. Right. Rashford come off in the 77th minute, and he should have come off before that when Palestri got hurt because it's easy to take the kid off. The game against Galatasaray, he come off 10 minutes earlier. He come off in like the 68th minute. This is Marcus Rashford. That's Ten Hag's way of doing it slowly.
How is he reacting when
Do you
he's
know what I'm
coming off?
saying?
Is he like,
Just-
he's just...
Not bothered.
Just walks off, innit?
I
Just,
feel like Rashford and Ten Hag, that connection
I
don't
don't
look
think- I
very
don't
strong
think-
to
but
me.
hear the thing
Don't
though,
look
Curtis,
that
but do you know
strong.
what?
Don't see
This
it.
time last year, we're going, look what Ten Hag's done for Rashford.
Yeah.
Rashford
But-
come off
Rashford's
his
scoring
worst.
now.
Can I ask you,
I think
right?
I think you were more together last year, to be honest with you. I look at you and I just don't see a together
Okay.
group.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Can I ask you
Go on,
one
quickly.
final question? If it became a situation where it was Ten Hag versus some of these players, we're talking about the Rashfords, the Sanchos, whose side are you on where it's like, do you know what? I'd rather get rid of Rashford and keep Ten Hag if it came down to
You know what? I don't even
No
see
way.
it about like as black and white as get rid of this man for the manager. I just want to see the players who deserve to play, and the players who don't deserve to play, not play. I just want to see a consistency in I don't think you're doing your job very well, so I'm going to mix up for this and not have to worry about it. But essentially, far too many times there's been player power at Man United. So if I'm being honest, I want to see the manager prevail. I do. I want to see but the manager is always supposed to be the most important person at the football club.
Yes.
And we haven't had that for a long time. It feels shit right now. There's loads of fires to put out, but essentially winning is what can change it.
Yeah.
And if we don't start winning soon, this is going to snowball into a bad place. So yeah, Brentford, really quickly before we move on, prediction.
I mean, do you know what? Brentford are bad as well. I don't think they've won in like 4 or 5 games, but
Another record.
your
to-
confidence is low, man. I feel like they could get a draw, Brentford, honestly, because they are quite resilient. I wouldn't be surprised if you won, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Doyle?
Same. 1-1.
Who's
Genuinely.
at home?
Man United.
I'll make it.
Doesn't matter.
Makes no difference.
I'll make it a bit different. I'll go 2-1 Brentford.
Okay.
Every single
Against you
score for her ops.
It's fine. Don't worry. Like you said, we'll all be there when the time's right.
No.
Just
ignore and move on.
I gave Liverpool a draw.
That is not a win.
To be honest,
Don't disrespect Brighton.
to be honest, it can happen. So I'm not even
can
mad.
happen.
Matisse.
United at home. I'm gonna go with a draw as well. I just feel like
Oh, ops. Go back and then.
I'm gonna go with a draw. I'm gonna go 1-1 as well.
Okay.
It just seems it, doesn't it?
What
It just
do you
looks like
think?
it.
It just feels
Come on,
like
Flex,
that.
lad, what's yours?
I'm gonna back my team to win.
Good lad.
I don't know why,
Good
but
lad.
I am.
1-0.
Very tight. 1-0 or
Yeah.
2-1. Won't win by more than one goal. Let's get these super chats out before we move on.
longest
Dragon says, yeah, given he's like, you lot keep spending too long on things. That's right. Arsenal. Oh no, said that one. Dragon says, given Man United now, Eric Ten Hag days. is his time. 10 days is his time left. Puama says, we need 40 points back. AMT says, clip it. If Arsenal don't win even the FA Cup, plus at least second in the league, Arteta out, too long to wait. Ricky says, Poch or Eric Ten Hag? If so, who gets sacked first?
Ten Hag.
Definitely Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Look at this. I'm going to say Poch just because I'm about man. Harry says, what's the problem with the little scouser to the right? With Tottenham. Tottenham didn't cheat, the refs did.
I ain't got a problem with Tottenham, I've got a problem with Abby.
Daniel says, De Gea was a kid when he joined United Flex, and Nana is 27. Stop the cap. Yeah, you can say that, but in terms of the position being massive, it doesn't matter whether you're experienced or not. It can take you a long time to get used to it, is what I'm saying. And I'm criticising Onana, by the way. And you says, Rihanna is Singh. Oh, Onana's got no name. There you go. Onana's got no name. Okay, I like what you did there. Also, remember, this is brought to you by Fairplay, where you can get involved in our Bet on DR Sports. On Monday, Abbi bet that Man City will win against Arsenal. Okay, but you can bet against Abby, which with how she's been carrying on, yeah.
I don't even think
I think you all should.
Get on it, lad.
I think you all should. She's
Get
getting too big for her boots. You can bet against Abby with today's £5 bet at DR for Arsenal to win or draw against Manchester City. So download the Fairplay app for free. It's simple. It takes 30 seconds to sign up. It's really quick. Use the promo code AFC when signing up to be entered into the competition, and you'll also go in that competition. You can win a signed Lionel Messi Qatar 2022 World Cup shirt. Deposit £5 into your account, and DR Sports will send then the bet users. Also need to be 18 plus, gamble aware. Link is in the video description below. And now onto that game. Arsenal, Emirates, Man City.
Don't even do that, what you're doing there, by the way.
Do what?
He's giving me that big build-up with the deep breaths in between.
This is our Super Sunday. Wait a
I
minute.
know, man.
Super Sunday's back.
Hold on a minute. Your primetime Super Sunday 4:30, bro.
I know.
You're the
this
main
is the build-up.
attraction.
Yeah, I know.
This is the biggest
I'm
game
not,
of
I'm
the
not
week.
excited.
Last Sunday was a mess.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what was
You're not
going-
excited?
Bro,
Curtis, talk to us.
I'll be honest, yeah. Saturday afternoon when we beat Bournemouth and they'd lost to Wolves, I was like, yo, I can't wait for this game. We're coming for them. Tuesday night, 9:45, walking off that pitch in front.
game.
Saka,
Oh yeah, Saka's
Injured.
not fit,
So
right?
all of a sudden, because
Martinelli injured. No pace in the front line, really.
Martinelli's injured as well.
Martinelli's injured.
Is
Is it
Saka's
confirmed that they are both out?
Well, Martinelli hasn't even
Martinelli,
trained
yeah.
yet.
Martinelli's
Yeah, but-
Martinelli's definitely
Yeah, but Saka,
Saka tweaked his hamstring.
Yeah.
He's not
Late
going to
fitness test, they're saying.
Yeah,
Hamstring, man. You ain't shaking that off.
I agree.
It came off as
Needle
well.
injection.
They're dodgy.
Well,
them
painkillers.
ones.
Well, they might have to inject him or something, but yeah.
Gonna be out.
So what? What are you feeling about this game?
No,
It
listen,
just sounds
it's-
really very down.
Nah, because it's Man City is like our kryptonite at the moment. Like 8 years since we beat them in the league.
8 years?
2015, bro. You know what I mean? I know we got the Community Shield penalties, but you know,
Don't count,
Pep
yeah.
don't care about
Oh, I
that.
thought
Really,
that was a
does.
trophy for
Never
you.
does. We
It
lose
It would be a
every
trophy
year.
for
you
you,
said
to
it
be
was-
fair.
it
but-
would be.
It
It
would
would be.
Yeah.
It
But
would be.
anyway, but
I can't deny that.
she's
I have to-
unstoppable
but
at
you-
the
but
moment.
you-
She's
Hold on,
firing
but you
shots at everybody.
You've got
Like-
that's crazy. What you've just done is nuts.
I'm
What you
building
just
up
done?
to the game.
No, but for no reason you're like, I thought that was a
Onside.
trophy for you. He's like, it wouldn't be for you. He's like, yeah, I got to hold that.
Shooting on side.
Yo, Tottenham fan.
She's shooting and she don't even know who she's aiming for.
Don't even
Yeah.
care.
She's just
She don't
shooting.
care.
Shameless.
Yeah, everyone's
I'm
getting
trying to build up to the game. I'm just getting licks at the side of my
But tell you what,
team.
but then you throw one back. She's like, yeah, true.
She's like, yeah, I don't
I'll hold
know.
it though. I'll hold it.
It's crazy.
I'm in my villain girl era, right?
Oh my days.
Villain Gale.
You're not going to get licks.
We
I
need that
can't
to stop.
wait.
We need
They
that
could
to
lose
stop.
this
We
weekend,
do.
I'm telling you.
Sorry, Carol.
No, but listen, the game, it's just one of them. Like, De Bruyne is usually the one that deals with us as well, and he's out. I think
Rodri's
Rodri's still
out.
suspended.
Massive.
But it's Man City,
Big
innit,
loss,
man? If
They're a bit
anybody can...
wobbly at the minute.
Are they
Well, I know
wobbly?
last
They're
night
top
they
of the
done it.
league and top of the Champions League group. If that's a wobble, we'd all take that wobble. You know what I mean?
I know what Doyle's going to say. I know what you're going to say. Go on, Doyle. Talk to us.
City are going to smoke them, lad. That's what's going to happen.
Well, you don't
I'm
want to
sorry.
get... You don't
Oh,
want to
that's okay
even...
when Doyle does
I
it.
don't want City to win, okay? I never
Cheers,
want
Doyle.
Manchester City
Cheers,
to
mate.
win anything ever. But they are Manchester City. They blow teams away. That's what they do. And if you're going off past records, last season, lad, watching you Arsenal play against Man City was like boys against men. It really was.
No, it's true.
They had your number in every department. Having said that, Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne is definitely a massive miss. He is, but they
Huge.
have other creative players. Rodri, however, That's the key component. He is so fundamental to how they play football. Now that he's gone, who are they going to put in for him? Nunez?
I think they play Kovacic against
Kovacic. He's a good player.
You know the problem with us against them? We try and do what they do, and they're the masters of it. It's like Karate Kid trying to beat Mr. Miyagi. Like he's the master, mate. You can't do it. Tottenham, you've had good
I was going to
results.
say that it's obviously it's not an attractive way to look at how we always beat them, but we do.
Don't matter, mate. When you play them,
give them the ball and hit them on the counter attack.
We always beat them.
Damage
so
them,
it's like it's not a great way to. I don't think we do that anymore under Ange, to be honest.
No.
I don't think he'll compromise how he wants to play. But you know, there is a specific way that if you want to beat City, there is a way that you can do it. And I didn't understand why you didn't do it last season. And I think that's Arteta just trying to be a bit more Pep than he wants to be Pep.
Light,
but he
is. He's Diet Pep.
Diet Pep.
Pep
with better hair, but not as good tactics.
I think there's a time and place. If you want to win against City, there's a way to do it. But I think you do have the advantage that there is no Rodri. Like, that is huge. Even though you've got your own injuries.
Pep's clever. He's created all these minions.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It's still going to be a whitewash. But
and the problem is as well, if he turns up with that Havertz, that's all I'm saying. That Havertz, you know what I mean? If he's in that starting 11,
he didn't do it.
Havertz.
That's what I'm saying.
He said that Havertz.
Listen,
that's where I'm at right now. I was patient the first 10 games. I was like, just let
do you not see the way he banged in that penalty?
I was watching. Don't do that.
Look at the way he banged in that penalty.
Mate, the celebration.
He looked together, man. It's a good team camaraderie.
Odegaard was pushing him like, go and celebrate. I called it a PR penalty. Oh, listen, we are the Manchester City of PR. We are elite when it comes to PR. We can sell merch. We can sell a manager. We can sell you anything. But on the pitch, it's not quite the same as off the pitch.
After the game, they pushed him again, innit?
King Kai.
Go over to them and...
Mike King.
Yeah, Robbie's selling King Kai t-shirt.
He's the guy.
Did you see that penalty?
He's the guy. Meanwhile, Arsenal fans are singing about a 60 million waste or something.
We're saying 60 million down the drain, and he's putting his hands up. Bro, I've been watching. I'm typing in Kai Havertz Leverkusen as a coping mechanism.
This is
7 minutes of his best highlights, and I'm like, oh my god, he was so good. He looks quick. He looks skillful.
Are
and then I'm like,
are you not scapegoating him?
no,
you need to stop.
no,
Is there scapegoating going on here?
No, we are not scapegoating.
Are you? So you're worse because of Havertz?
Yes.
No, you can't blame it all on Havertz.
No, it's not all Havertz, but the question, are we worse because of Havertz? He is a major part of it.
Really?
Yes. Our midfield, no, listen, it's the manager's fault. He don't pick himself, he didn't sign himself. That's the ultimate. But as that guy with the super chat, I've been saying some stuff about Arteta on Twitter.
Oh,
That's why he was, but we won't talk about that. But Kai Havertz, listen, he knew, he was celebrating when we bought him. He knew what was gonna happen, and now it's happening.
This is the best on earth. Champions League winner. Do you know what I'm saying? Chicken dinner. We love it. That's what we love.
I say is Ozil without the magic. You know, I said Ozil was the most passive player I'd ever seen. Like, walks around, but then he plays that ball, and you go, all is forgiven.
Yeah.
With Havertz, I'm like, when's it gonna happen? And then it don't happen, and then he comes off the pitch. Our midfield last year, Xhaka, Partey, Odegaard was a big part of the reason.
But you can't blame that on Havertz.
No,
Your
again,
manager likes to tinker so much that he over tinkers.
He does.
You must be like, you could add Szoboszlai, you could add Maddison.
We paid 25 million more than Maddison for Kai Havertz. I don't know why we keep going to Chelsea in their recycling.
We have more for you.
I don't get it.
They're
leaving out.
We have more.
They're leaving out.
There's more where that came from.
Listen, we've been in that recycling bin so many times. Luiz, Cech, Benayoun, Gallas, Havertz, Willian.
David Luiz.
And it don't work.
There's so many more to come.
It doesn't work.
There's more.
What do you do with Havertz?
And even that Havertz, that's why I looked at it, and I know.
Have you tried playing him on the right wing for Saka?
But
try that on the weekend. He can play right wing. Did you watch the Leverkusen tapes? He played right wing. Play him right wing. Saka's not there. Play him right wing.
Now the Leverkusen stuff.
Yeah, play him right wing.
All right, Curtis.
But yeah, get away from Havertz. Get away.
What should the starting team be then?
One without Havertz.
There is no Saka. There potentially is no Saka. There's no Martinelli. You don't want Havertz to play. Give us what Arteta should do.
Go.
Call the game off.
Also, who's going as well?
Scared like that?
No, I'm not scared like that.
From back to front. Because the
Raya will play in goal.
What do you want to happen? What should the team do?
I think you've got to stick with Raya because I think you've pulled Ramsdale out now. The confidence is low. He's probably vexed. You can't keep yo-yoing the goalkeeper.
Okay.
You've said this
Apparently
guy,
can.
you gave his granddad the shirt at the announcement. It was all cozy, man. Play him. The back four picks itself. Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, White. The midfield, you got to put Partey next to Rice.
Is he fit?
Yeah, well, he's been back for
Did he
like...
play?
No, he didn't bring him on.
Oh, but he was on the bench.
He was on the bench.
All right, so okay.
Because
So start him, see how
Rice
long
all
he
of
can
a
do.
sudden is getting back injuries. Do you know what I mean? He never was injured at West Ham, but he's carrying
the midfield, isn't it?
Carrying, man.
All right, so
Odegaard in front of them two.
Odegaard,
Front
Partey,
three,
Rice,
you got to go Jesus, Trossard on the right. Take your pick. Smith Rowe,
What about
Nelson. I don't know.
What about putting Kai Havertz in the middle of that
false
dynamic
nine, yeah.
three?
I'd play Havertz
Jesus
false nine and
in the
Jesus on the
Where
right.
he played against City.
Yeah, I would put him
Yeah,
there,
but
lad.
Jesus out wide, man. He played out wide against Tottenham. It didn't work.
You
You
don't
can't
reckon?
sacrifice your best striker for
It's
Havertz.
putting Ketir and he'll run. Come on, man.
I don't think that.
And
I
Ketir
think
runs.
that's out.
I cannot.
We cannot.
We cannot do that.
We cannot do
Please.
There is a poll up, obviously, for predictions. 33% are predicting an Arsenal win, 17% draw, and 50% are predicting a Manchester City win.
It's going to be-
My prediction, I think you're a bit negative, bro. I understand why.
I know what you're saying.
But I look at the last couple of home games Arsenal have had against City. Yeah, they've been well in them. Last year's the one where they were doing all right, then they made the mistake, and then De Bruyne scored. Then they got back to 1-1. Then they were in it, and a couple of mistakes. The year before that was the Rodri run in the last minute, innit?
Late goal.
Late goal. And I just they have a go at the Emirates. Like, if they Odegaard has to be proper.
Yeah.
For this to work, yeah?
turn up, yeah.
He has to turn up. I know you make the joke, say, oh, did he play in the North London derby? But it's true. He can't have a game like that. He
I
needs
said
to.
it's true.
Yeah, it was true.
quiet.
He needs to turn up. And I just think that Emirates will be rocking, Arsenal will be at it. I honestly think people are like writing off Arsenal like they can't win this game. I think they can.
Listen, I think we
I
can.
think they will. I think they're going to nick it. I think
wow.
Arsenal are going to nick it. I really do.
Do you know what? We can do something, but I don't know if I trust the manager to pick the right team. Those games you're talking about, Martinelli ripped Cancelo apart in that
that's
game.
true.
Do
There's
you know what I mean?
Martinelli, yeah.
Saka always causes problems to them. If we have not got Saka and Martinelli, that's our pace
saying
out of the
no.
forward line. We can still trouble them, but I think pace is the thing what hurts them. Son on the counter-attack. You know what I mean? Rashford on the counter-attack.
Yeah.
It's pace that they've struggled against. I think
Arsenal, look, Misach says, flex, we aren't winning, we can't flex, stop. I thought Arsenal were like
Flex, stop.
one of the best teams going and we're on a title charge. It's they just feel defeat. I'm like,
No Rodri, no De Bruyne. If you can't get
I
now,
thought, do you know what I mean?
when
I
will
know
you
they're
ever
going to
get
be missing
them?
players.
No,
but
I hear
thought,
you on that.
I just can't believe the lack of
Haaland's
belief.
not really in form.
But it's stemming from
For
like
him.
a bad loss again, like a loss, which I watched the highlights and I was like, Arsenal had chances.
No, but
I don't actually.
No,
I
it's
don't-
not stemming from that.
It's not.
stemming
It's
from
stemming
it's
from-
not
smoke last
stemming from
season,
that.
lad. They got outclassed last season. I know you said it was close to the Emirates, bro. It wasn't. Man City were the better
Yeah.
team. Like, it was so evident to see that they were not in
you
comparison.
think? I thought
Yeah.
it was a close
Not
game up until the
at
second
all.
half
No,
when they made
man,
mistakes.
they were
think it
definitely,
stayed in it.
bro. Man
It stayed
City
in it,
were
man.
definitely the better
But
side
I
in
would
both
also
games.
say, and this is not me being biased, I just don't think you've looked as good this season.
No, we haven't.
You
No.
haven't looked how you looked last.
Still good.
last year.
Still really
Yeah,
good.
Still
Still
good.
boss,
But
boss.
by the standards
But this
that
is
you
to go up against
by the
it.
standards
Yeah.
that you've set for yourself, which I think came as a surprise to even Arsenal fans last
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
The standard that you set for yourself last season, I haven't seen you at that same standard yet.
Yeah.
Whether or not that comes, it probably will do when everyone's fit.
And I think in the big games we've had less control. Like Tottenham came and it felt
Yeah,
like
true.
they seemed a bit comfortable.
Man United.
Man United. If it wasn't for that offside goal, like I was,
We nearly won.
my laptop was nearly going out the window. Yeah, I seen the offside. I was like, all right, you know, good job it's
Yeah,
insured
you can
anyway. You know what I mean?
Rage quit.
But yeah, listen, we'll have a go at them, but
Alright.
I just think Arteta will be open and expansive, and sometimes that plays
Score
into Pep's
prediction.
hands.
Is it a heart and head one?
It is, because you know the heart saying, you know, Emirates rocking, we'll
Yeah.
get hold of them, but
Back your team, lad, back your team.
I think 2-1 City.
Oh, wow.
Curtis is that fan though. He
No,
don't.
no,
he
I'm
just
not-
says it.
I'm not
as-
capping.
I'm
yeah.
not capping.
I do
I'm not
respect
capping.
that.
he's wearing a cap, but he ain't
Yeah,
capping.
yeah, I'm wearing it, but I ain't capping.
Doyle, you said it's going to be an
I know,
easy.
yeah, I think City are going
Easy,
to...
just dust them.
I don't think it'll be easy, okay? Let me not disrespect Arsenal. You are a fantastic football team, without a doubt, one of the best in Europe, definitely. But
Give us the score.
City are... City.
Oh, you're a great team, but yeah.
But unfortunately, it's going to be 3-1 again.
Abby,
I'm leaning towards a 3-1 as well. 3-1 City.
Matisse.
It's harsh, isn't it?
You got that alliance with them. You're weird, aren't
not
you?
right.
that
It's not very
oil
nice,
thing,
is it?
innit?
Weird
Very
thing.
nice.
Who?
you Arsenal, Chelsea, the way you love each other. It's so
No,
weird.
we just like selling
weird.
players to them.
Yeah.
That's all we do.
Weird.
We just do trading.
Weird guys.
I'm gonna go over 2-1 City win. I think it will be close, but I think City will keep them where they
Full
want.
house.
Okay.
Well, he said Arsenal are going to win. What was your score?
I'm back in the bet. Like I said, I'm going against Abby, and I'm going for an Arsenal to win or draw. I don't think they're going to lose at the Emirates. I'm gonna take that up on the Fairplay app, and you guys can get involved as well. Remember, nice little segue into it, but I actually do think that's going to happen. You can go against Abby. She's betting that City will win. You can go against that. Today's £5 bet: Arsenal to win or draw against Man City. So download the Fairplay app for free. It's simple. It takes 30 seconds. It's very, very easy to do. And if you do that, you'll be automatically added into the prize draw for Lionel Messi's match worn.
Massive.
I just want to do it. I literally just want to bet just so I can get that shirt.
Yeah,
like that shirt is
100%.
Bet against
Even if
me,
it's
come
just that. Deposit £5 in your account, and DR Sports will send them the bet. Users need to be 18 plus and gamble aware. Link is in the video description below. Let's move on. Let's get these
This
done
has been
quick.
the longest show
exactly.
ever.
Luton Spurs, are you going to win, yes or no? Come on, you. What do you mean? Oh,
keep saying no.
Ange Ball, you're playing the team near the bottom of the league. Easy.
Say it with your chest, Abby.
I
Come
will
on,
say
yeah.
historically, it's a very us thing to go and lose 1-0 here.
Yeah, but you're different now.
We're different now. Spurs win.
Okay,
Easy.
let's go.
I'm going to go a 2-0 Spurs win. Humble performance.
Yeah,
Nice.
okay.
Get the job done.
Yeah, it pains me to say it, man. I think you got too much for Luton, man. I watched a bit of them the other night. I think they're going to struggle. Probably
they
get
really are,
relegated.
innit?
I think they
Don't know how
probably
they
get
beat
Yeah,
Everton,
they
it's
did.
amazing.
They got
That
that
was
win.
mad.
They're direct. They've
Really
got
they
the
go
big
down.
guy up front, but yeah, I think
Yeah,
2-1 Tottenham.
Doyle?
You'll be playing against 11 men this time.
Oh, that hurt.
But I still think they'll win. I still think they'll win.
Okay.
2-0.
Matisse, it's your chance here. Do you want to?
Nah, I'm
No.
not going to be delusional. I think I'll give it a 1-0 Tottenham.
Yeah.
They have a
Okay.
couple of injuries, so.
Yeah, I think Spurs will deal with them quite comfortably, to be honest. Fulham, Sheffield United. Yeah, I'll get
That's
to
the
that.
last game on
Fulham-
Match of the Day, that,
Yeah.
isn't it? Fulham, Sheffield United. That's where you say, right, I'm going out, I'm going bed.
No disrespect,
I've had
but
enough.
it
Yeah,
is.
that's
Yeah,
Let's just
all
quickly
day.
fly through that. Go on.
I go Fulham grind it out 1-0, I reckon, at home.
They're poor against Chelsea.
They were
They're
so
Same. I was
awful.
Exact same as Curtis, 1-0.
0-0.
I actually think 0-0 as well. Fulham really bad going forward.
They were so bad.
They were
against
bad. They were
Chelsea.
really bad. Yeah.
So
No,
bad.
we were so good.
I'm gonna go 1-1. That is a line. When you did that. 1-1. I'm gonna go for Everton, Bournemouth.
Massive.
That is, you're talking about 6
That
pointers.
is
You're talking
big.
about, Everton coming off the back of
That
a
is
loss, a
massive
shock
game.
loss to Luton. No one saw that coming after they won 2 on the bounce.
Yeah.
Bournemouth coming off the back of getting stuffed by Arsenal quite comfortably. Everton.
I'm
what
going
are you saying?
Bournemouth. Bournemouth 2-1.
I am,
Yeah,
Bournemouth
Goodison
2-1.
not rocking.
No.
Goodison
Everton are suffering right now, lad. Like, I've never seen them suffer this suffering of sufferness ever, lad. It's,
real Liverpool coming out.
and I feel
Suffering
bad
of
for them.
sufferness.
Do you feel? Because AGT is very
Bro,
vocal. Like
I'm a
he hates them or
Scouser.
wants
I'm
them to go
from
down.
Liverpool, right? And there's a lot of Everton fans that don't like Liverpool.
But
and
you
they
like
hate on us.
how the city's
But I
together,
am a
yeah.
Scouser. I want Scousers to do well, regardless.
Do you?
Yes, lad. I'm a Scouser.
I raised that.
There was no threat to them.
Saying.
No,
Yeah,
and also,
Why can't more Liverpool fans be like?
I know.
Why does AGT have to be?
Do you know
like
what it is?
Exactly.
Do you really want to lose the derby day where they go down? They might not come back up.
That's a beautiful
They
day,
might not
lad.
come back up for a while.
So you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I like them
yeah.
in the league, so we can play against them, and like
It's
they're
a
up there.
wonderful day,
It's
lads.
good for the city,
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
and you know that you're always gonna be better than them
As well as, and that's part of it. So sorry about that, but that's
Yeah.
true. Yes,
Okay.
I like the little brother that we just beat up all the
Do you
time.
think they will?
Yeah,
beat-
yeah.
Do you think they will beat the drop? Do you think?
This season, it doesn't seem like they're gonna do it, lad. They don't seem like they're gonna do it until they show me something different. No,
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't.
So you think
Bournemouth
they'll
are gonna
lose
win? Yeah, 2-1.
I'll go for a draw again.
Yeah,
Yeah, 1-1.
I'm going to go for a 2-1 Everton win.
I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
think
not a
that should get a little. Yeah,
They have to rally.
come on.
I
Calvert-Lewin.
gave them my faith last week. They cost me a whole bet. So
Yeah, against Luton as well.
Yeah.
So you're not having it.
I'm not having it.
Okay. Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, Curtis. Palace off the back of a fantastic win against Man United. Confidence is up.
Yeah.
Forest, bit indifferent. They're doing okay, but can't turn everything into wins. But they're
Yeah.
trying to build something. They're trying to get going.
I think Palace, they're at home, late kick-off. I think Palace will win that 2-1. Yeah.
Doyle.
I'm gonna give it a 2-2. Me, Nottingham Forest. I've got a whole load of fight in them, lad, and they do it every
Yeah.
game. They don't always win, but they
Yeah.
got that fight.
I think this is close, like a 1-0. Can't really split it, but I'll go Palace 1-0.
I'll go 1-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, get your predictions in for that. Sunday's games, the last two on there. We've done Chelsea, we've
West
done everything
Ham.
else. West Ham, Newcastle.
Big
Newcastle
game,
obviously smashing up PSG, gas, but a lot of people spoke about how they will deal with the midweek, exerting that much energy. Going away to West Ham's not easy. Obviously, Newcastle are a very physical team. They're built off that robustness and keep going. But West Ham, they're tough nut to crack at the London Stadium. They play tonight as well. But it should be
Away in Germany.
Actually, it's away, it's away, isn't it? Yeah.
Germany is.
So, both teams, managing that load.
Yeah.
How do you see that on Sunday? That's a nice game, that.
That's a
actually.
really nice game.
That's a tough one to call because they both got very good squads. And they've got a plan set out how they're going to play, and they put that system to work. 'Cause West Ham, they're more than happy to counter. So against Brighton, they will just hit teams on the break, hit Antonio, and just get bodies around him and go for it. So it'll be interesting. Part of me thinks that this has probably got a draw written all over.
Agree, completely.
Because it's just, they're both coming off such big games in the midweek fixture. I just feel like there might be a little bit of tiredness,
hangover.
maybe. Yeah, a little bit of especially for Newcastle. I don't even know if them players would have had a bit of a drinky drink.
They're still going to be on.
It's PSG,
They
like,
might still be on
4-1.
adrenaline, and that could be peak for West Ham if they are.
Maybe so, yeah. But what they put out against PSG, they really ran them into the ground. So they might be a little bit jaded from that.
Yeah.
If and they got a few injuries, Newcastle as well. So it's not like they can really rotate. There's no Wilson, there's no Joe Linton, there's no
Harvey Barnes,
no Botman. So it's like it's probably got to be the same 11 again. And West Ham are a tough test. So I'd probably say maybe a 1-1 as well.
I was going to go the exact same 1-1.
2-2. Desmond.
I'm going to go Newcastle. Yeah, I think that confidence is so high, man. I think West Ham playing the day after, got to travel. I think Newcastle nick it 2-1.
Yeah. Wolves, Aston Villa.
Midlands Derby.
Midlands Derby, yeah.
It's a tour.
Wolves, obviously, beating Man City. What a result. Villa.
Did not see that coming.
Smashed Brighton. Nobody saw that coming. 6-1. Maybe a slim Villa win.
Watkins and Diaby. That partnership.
It's devastating.
Yeah.
You don't really want to play that. I'm looking at some of these teams, and it's like, if my team has to play any of these.
The top 10 is just it's nasty.
Like, we're in the mud, nowhere even near these playing these lot, and boy, if we have to, we're in trouble. So, but yeah, you're right. That partnership's devastating. Wolves confident though. What are we saying?
Listen, I think Pep knows who he Chan is. You know what I'm saying? I think he knows who he is now. Do you know what I mean? And obviously
that Korean guy.
Pedro Neto's had an unbelievable start to the season.
So good.
I'm so happy because before his injury, he was unbelievable. And then obviously had the big injury and I was like, will he come back from that? And Wolves have needed a talisman for a while. They've had Podence, they've had Jimenez who had the head injury. They had proper...
Podence is like, I don't think they want it.
Yeah,
He's gone.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, Dama Traore had to leave as well. So like they've had an issue of attackers. They even had Diego Costa last season.
Yeah, forget about that.
So Pedro Neto was needed, and he's come in, especially after they lost Matisse Nunes and Ruben Neves, a captain as well. So he's been brilliant.
João Moutinho went as well.
It's a lot of that team gutted out. But at the same time, Villa as well under Emery is tough, man. They got depth. Have you seen their depth?
Yes.
Buendia. Not even playing. Jacob Ramsey coming off the bench.
He's a player.
Leon Bailey ain't even starting. And it's nothing to them. Tielemans, not starting. It's ridiculous the amount of options they got.
Yeah.
I'll probably go with a 3-2 Villa win because I've seen Aston Villa defending and they leave this lovely line. You saw it at Anfield. We got it as well. If only we had finished like you did. The amount of chances Villa give you is ridiculous.
Because that's how he wants them to play, isn't
it?
It's risk versus
It's actually not dissimilar to Brighton, to be fair.
They play the same way as well. What are you going with?
I'm going to go 3-1 Villa.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the same. It just depends. If Villa turn up with the shooting boots on, they'll win the game.
2-1 Villa.
I'm going to 2-1 Villa. Yeah, 2-1 Villa. That is it. I think we finally got there.
I think this is the longest show
it's been
we've
the
ever
longest
done.
one. It is. We've got a lot of interesting characters here today. You know what I mean? A lot of opinionated people here today. You know, with a lot to say for themselves. Yeah.
Everyone's looking at her.
I'm pretty sure the Saturday live show will be on. Are you on it though?
I'm not actually. No.
Okay, I'm sure AGT or Fuad or whoever the guys
AGT,
are. Exactly. Make sure you guys check in for that. Some good games. Burnley, Chelsea, Everton, Bournemouth, United, Brentford, Fulham, Sheffield United. So some decent games there. And obviously Luton, Spurs, the 12:30 kickoff. So packed Saturday as well. And we'll see you all on the next show. Take care. Peace.